Hi, everyone. For people who is not intended to ask question at the moment, you can mute yourself. And now we just officially start our bi-weekly AMA for May 25. Okay. So basically, this is we have some highlights in the past 2 weeks, and we listed on exchange. New exchange come just this morning. Events, we have several events happens in the past weeks. We also have the development progress. Okay. So for exchanges, like we recently just listed on Coinbase. Coinbase, like it's one exchange we are planning launch this month. Then we like another ranking between 10 to 20 exchanges is coming. So we have already confirmed with them about half a month ago, but still like there's some reason like they're still like just not listing yet. So I will push them again to ask them when it will be listed, but there's no doubt that it's already confirmed. And if you ask me which one, I cannot tell you. Otherwise, I will just show you the name instead of say 10 to 20, because those those exchanges, they have the not disclose agreement with us. They are the only one can officially announce this message. Okay. Yeah, this is the link. You can click. I guess people is already noticed that the trading pair, but please notice that it announced about 25 blocks before confirmation. Yeah. So we also have some events happens in past 2 weeks. Recently, we attending the Canadian Securities Exchange Conference, actually yesterday. We went to the Consensus 2018 New York, which have a lot of achievement there. We set up the initial collaboration with the plan with nULS, NULS, and we interviewed by Blockcha Finance, and we have a certificate about our from the sorry, it's about the smart contracts. Yeah, this is a conference actually we were there before. We went there with our friend Louis, who is leader of the time chain. So actually Louis is also our partners in, and we can see that he's also the advisor of Nebula AI. So their project is about the wallet exchange. So basically, like what is the important information we get from the Canadian Securities Exchange is that actually Canada is very open and welcome for projects who has published the ICO. Actually, this is something like I never saw before, because they directly put the images about ICO in one of the slides on their topic. So more and more, and according to what the CSE officer says, there's more than 50 blockchain projects now in Canada, and some of them already have the ICO, and some of them still not. And also think about the way to like the ICO company in after can be listed on Canadian security exchanges, which is really exciting news, because for most company, or some people were saying that ICO the company cannot be go to IPO, but no, it's not true. In Canada, you have the possibility there, and they also says that according to the Euro IPO process, it will take about 6 months in Canada, but with listing some qualified blockchain project, it will take less than that, because they all know that ICO is something different from IPO. So you cannot using the regular way to do those auditing or something. They also mention about the auditing of accounting part, because they said the accounting will be difficult because usually those funds come and as a source and destination was cross-border. So they all know already all that the difficulties and the challenges about doing this one. In the conference, also about the tax. So CSE and CRA actually is actively looking forward to put some kind of tax if possible. So if you are, for example, if you are doing a blockchain project, which is similar to something as e-commerce, like we see, if you're doing using e-commerce, basically you have to put the same FDAC tax and I would say the provincial tax at the same time as the tax income. So which means that in Canada, actually, it's moving really forward in this domain. They are more welcome to it than close to it. So Canada is still a green field for the ICO and blockchain projects. And most interesting is that we went to the consensus 2018 as promised, because initially I didn't really want to go there, but all our community members was strongly suggested us to go there. Then I just went there. So actually, it's quite interesting. So we were talking about discussion with nULS actually together about the possibility of working together. And surprisingly, they are also very welcome us to do the development together about some core features. So we have the we already initiated the conversation with their CTO and the chief developer last night. So we have research started already about the cross-chain. So as you know, for people who is not really very familiar with nULS, that what they are really doing is that they trying to make all the project can be installed as a module. So and for us, we can become a artificial intelligence module working with them, so they can be possibly added for the cross-chain. So which means in the future, if both development was finished, you have the possibility that you can submit a task on the nULS network to send the AI task to our Nebula AI network. And you don't really need to pay Nebula AI tokens to drive in the Nebula AI task. You can pay directly on the nULS network to get the result from Nebula AI. So by this way, it will be really interesting. We're looking forward to have some progress in 1 month. And another one is for the ledger part, because the consensus system with nULS and us have something in common, especially the coding language using. We already decided that Java will be our official language for the Orion. So they are also using Java. So basically, we can share some development progress. And that's for you guys' information. Orion development is officially started last month. And we already hired new employees for Orion development. So lots of research, proof of concept, brainstorm is already done. And actually, the conversation is leading by me and Tony. On the marketing side, nULS is already announced on their side about the communication and discussion about cooperation. So after we have a solid development plan and achievement, so both teams, we are keeping on publishing news on both sides, both Twitter and some other coin time messages. Yeah, and at the end, we are deployment those achievement on our network. And we also have a suggestion. Also, we can see proposals that we were running a nULS node in Canada lab as an overseas node for them. Yeah, there was an interview by a media in China, which we're talking about the price of some coins or the big trend of the blockchain community development. We put some reviews there. Those topics were already shared across the media, and I think the English version is going to be published soon. Yuvan is working on it. Yeah, another interesting thing is the smart contracts. Recently, as you know, that there were lots of information about the Bitcoin gold attack, and also the famous EDU and the BAI smart contract issue. So like with the EDU, it's very nobody everybody knows that there was millions of dollars lost due to the safe mass problem, and this one was already like driving attention. So they have those issues. They're doing those ones. But for us, like in order, actually, we already have our third-party certificate from Slowmist. By the way, Slowmist is a company who detect the problem of the BAI project. So we already passed this one for a long time. So but we just remember that we have a certificate. So I think the news will be published soon, which means like our scratch contract is very promising, and they give us a review score of excellent. So and also, but we still like still focus on the security. We have internal progress of doing the pair programming, review, have the process is they have to go to dev, QA, prod process. So process have to be respected before anything published. And on blockchain side, we also have some progress about the process management. So for now, everybody has to submit their task, open their own story, and to submit their task estimation time, and also the time about actually using. And this afternoon, I will have a iteration review meeting with each team to like do a respective to see what they are think good in the past 2 weeks, not good in past weeks, what we can achievement, action items. So this work will be done in the afternoon when everybody should submit a task. We'll see how many people achieve their goal. Yeah. So another research in the interchain was also in progress. It's not just announced, but we're also doing the research about EOS and NEO and Zilli QA. Science Zilli QA is very famous recently because they claim that they have 2,000 transactions. Like we are working on it, and we have one developer dedicated to testing them. So I think the test report will be published next week. I already see those tasks was already marked as completed in our team Jira. So I will go and check with them what is the conclusion. Also, we have a marketing team did a SWOT analysis of other production projects about what they are doing good in Reddit, Twitter, or etc. By the way, Nebula AI official audit Reddit is already opened. I think Ivan will share the link with you guys. So please, if you have any questions or only suggestions, you can go to Reddit and start official comments there. I think Ivan going to publish it soon? Today? Okay, cool. Yeah, so. Yeah, and if you think there's other social media we should be aware or adding to the team, well, we'd be happy to do that. And for AI part, the quantum AI have very solid progress. We still cannot reveal the detailed information, but next week you will see something new in the quantum AI. So after 3 months improvement, finally we have something interesting. And Tony was dedicated lots of time to build a smart contract in the quantum AI part. And there was another system algorithm there to accelerate the speed of data transmission and the performance about the accuracy. So basically, like who's in charge of that part? I think I guess Chi is in charge of part, and Rick. They both working on the quantum AI performance part. And for quantum AI, it will be very interesting because I have conversation with VC in San Francisco last night. They are very interesting to set up a fund for it. But for how to achieve that and what to do, are still in discussion. But really, like we do a lot of intention. So Maybe I will be there in, I think, July. Yeah. And another big thing is going to happen is that I will in China next iteration, half iteration, and be back another half. So next MA, I may be doing in China office, maybe. It depends. Or in Shanghai. If I'm in Shanghai, I cannot do the, I can only do the AMA in hotel, like what we did with Brad last time. Hopefully I don't lose passport this time. Yeah. Also, we have a conversation about cloud computing security and encryption collaboration with universities. We have a charting with 5 universities with different professors. 2 of them are very interesting to working further on the security side, because recently, like with closer to the publishment, the security will become more important. And we already that we're not just provide the protection for the data provider, but we are also provide the protection for the clients who is running your task for you. You don't want people hack to your system with a malicious code and corrupted environment. So the protection is both sides. This is some like a sample, not really sample. We can see that a proof concept, and actually not really. If I say that this machine is currently Min is using for the AI acceleration. So the frame is made by me, and you can see that there's only one card, and the motherboard using is the 27A. This is will be something instructions like you will use it one day when you want to build your own machine instead of buy some manufacturer product AI machine. Will give the spike and the detailed information. But this is just because since it's a DIY machine, actually you can change any configuration you want according to the needs. This is just a sample. Yeah, now we come to the Q&A part. Like if you have questions, you can ask me now. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Oh, could you show me the website of the Reddit? Okay, here. Do I show?
It's gonna be on Twitter.
Like on Twitter?
It's gonna be on Twitter in 2 hours.
In 2 hours?
Yeah, in 2 hours.
Okay, okay. So within 2 hours, like event will publish it in Twitter, and you can get the information. And could you consider going public in Canada? Yeah, that's a good question. For sure, why not, right? If you're doing good job like Dash. Dash is a coin, but Dash also go public in Canada already. Will Acer miner be able to mine Nebula AI coin? Yes, the answer is yes. For now, we are testing using the 1070, but in later this month, we'll start testing with 1060 to make sure 1060 is also, especially 6G version, will be also compatible with our algorithm. More about the exchange coming soon. Yes, okay. So let me answer the question about exchange coming soon. Yeah, the exchange is like I really cannot read more information because anything I want to say, just say on my mouse because the NDA. The only thing I can see is that it's really in the progress. Can you hear me? How is AI blockchain community in Canada? Okay, so the blockchain in Canada community actually is very active, working. You see that the Econ 2017 was, for people who's typing, please mute yourself. And so when in, okay, let me check who is. I cannot find the person who is typing. I think so. No? Okay, anyway. So, like for community in China, I think we have some in Canada, there Montreal, especially they're very active in AI, because actually Montreal is an AI hub, so lots of people was working in AI. But for blockchain, according to the statistics we know from the CSE review yesterday, they said there were 50 projects in Canada, but in Montreal there's only 7. So like Montreal is catching up. How's the testnet going? Are you happy with the progress you made? How can I help with the Nebula AI project community? Yeah, actually for the testnet, actually, it's working really well. Next week, Tony will probably deploy a new version, and with yeah, actually we have some testing version with mouse in order to do the cross chain. And for the cross chain token exchange, well, that's something like we done in research. We already have the. Sorry, for people who is joining, please mute yourself if you don't. Yeah, not intend to ask questions. Okay. So for the cross-chain token exchange, there were lots of details will be reviewed by both parties. Not now, because this is a work from both sides. What we can imagine that you maybe need to use some decentralized exchanges as a possible solution. OX protocol and also the Kyber network is a possibility. And when will contra AI be marketing ready? So contra AI will be put in trial version July. End of July, there will be trial version, and the marketing ready supposed to be end of September after the launch of the mainnet. When we think mainnet is stable enough, the official also it's about pricing. We're still like in discussion about the pricing of the contra AI, and contra AI maybe won't have a ICO. So basically, like you needed to use your own Nebula AI token to get a result. So that's the thing. But for example, auto trading part, so contra AI maybe not have the ICO, but auto trading maybe have another one. So if you want to connect to contra AI, doing the trading with different exchanges, that probably can be that. But for contra AI, maybe not. But still, contra AI maybe have 2 versions. So one is the public version, one is the enterprise version. So that be possible. So Ethereum for mining and Nebula AI, suggestion of the which kind of chip? Okay, so the mining with Nebula AI Ethereum. So my suggestion, since you are supposed to do the AI job, you're already using the chipset i5 will be better. No, if you're using something i3, you might have some issue with that. If you already get some attention by people want to using Nebula AI or other DApps, quite a lot. So some companies already contact us, says that if you really can make it 30% lower, I will buy whatever you have. So this is the information we get from them. And I think Yvan will negotiate with them, trying to sign some contract with them. Yeah, that's something on progress. So Cinnamon Lights, that's quite a good question. The Cinnamon Lights is in progressing. We have 2 AI developers who is dedicated to the sentiment analysis. We have good progress, and they give me another big work, ask me to labeling the data. So I'm doing it now, because labeling those data is not easy as you thought. You cannot hire a guy who is in a labeling farm, ask him to do the work. It doesn't work. It should have a good knowledge in the cryptocurrency. I think it probably will be me. Yeah. What program language will be used in creating DApps on Nebula AI blockchain? What's my favorite restaurant? I don't have favorite restaurant. I eat everything I can eat. So for creating the apps in Nebula AI blockchain, usually like you don't really care about much on it because we are supposed to provide the SDK and the rest of service for you to create those apps. And back to the restaurant topic. Actually, I was taking some sushi yesterday with my friend. $25, quite good. That's why I'm gaining a little bit of weight today. So we're done here. So thanks everybody for joining, and see you again in 2 weeks.